Hello everybody. In today's video, we'll be looking at a pistol that has been talked about a lot on YouTube. Some people believe it's rivaling even that of Hi-CAPA and Glock fandom. We'll be unboxing, reviewing, and even looking at the performance of Action Army's AAP-01. Okay, now that we have the AAP-01 right here, opening up the box, we'll present you with an actual manual for the AAP-01, right? It says the typical stuff, right? Don't shoot yourself in the face. If you shoot yourself, make sure you wear glasses, right? Safety is important. So you're presented the AAP-01, right? AAP-01, primarily made out of polymer, right? Comes with some polymer rails for the top and bottom for your nice accessories, right? And it comes with one magazine that we'll visit as to why it's very versatile, the magazine, when it comes to the use of it, as well as the actual pistol itself when it comes to the magazines. Now, starting from front to back, right? All the body is primarily made out of polymer, right? Comes with a orange cap, right? That you can remove, and it will have threads. Now, the US version has actual orange threading that they sprayed on it, obviously, right? That you can use for other accessories and products. I have my Ace Tech tracer unit that I can use and easily put on, right? Not a problem. Now, the issue with this is that the threads are made out of polymer, and if you're not careful, you cross thread them, right? That's gonna suck, because honestly, trying to rethread a polymer body doesn't really work very well, and I don't think you can even do it. So that the actual upper is two parts. It's the front barrel, and then the actual upper receiver, or area in which most of the components are stored into, right? So you can actually remove it, right? It comes with two ambidextrous, bolt catch, right? So if you pull the bolt back, raise it, you have it on both sides. You can release it on both sides, right? Comes with the safety, right? That's only one-sided. So currently it's on fire, and it's unsafe if it's protruding out to the right side, right? Comes with a Glock style trigger. As you can see, it has a safety or alternate safety on it, and it won't go unless you actually press the center of it and fire, right? Comes with a magazine release that actually can, if you're a left-handed individual, you can rotate this magazine release, right? And place it on this side, actually. So if you're someone that is left-handed, right, you can actually have the magazine release on that side, and if you're too lazy, just practice releasing the magazine with your left hand, right? Too easy, right? The actual bolt, or the housing for the actual nozzle, right, is made out of aluminum, right? And it comes with a recoil spring in the center that lays onto here, for those of you that wonder it. Now, one of the biggest things that this pistol has, right, and that a lot of people like about it, or some people like about it, right, I should say, is the fact that it comes with a semi and full auto selector, right? So if you pull the bolt back and lock it in, you rotate, you'll see that the actual bottom of it comes with a little selector switch, right? Currently it's on full auto, right? And then switch it to the left, or marked by the 1, right, as semi, and then full auto. It's pretty easy, right? Some people are complaining that's a little too hard on the hand or on the finger as you're trying to like change it. I say stop being a baby and work them fingers, okay? So that's it for the top, right? And for the most part, where the components are stored, right? The bottom. So the bottom, right, is, you can see it's sort of a Glock style pistol grip, right? The reason I say that is, if, let me put this down to lay it down. If we compare the actual lower with an actual VFC or Umarex, however you want to call it, Glock, as you can see, this is my actual Umarex upgraded Glock that I have, right? As you can see, the actual shape kind of the angle. It's a little bit more straight, right? But the actual shape and the way it looks, it's sort of almost there to where the Glock is when it comes to its pistol grip. So it's not that bad, and it's why primarily another reason why it can fit Glock magazines, which is the next thing we will be moving forward with. So one of the other things that the actual AAP-01 comes with is the actual magazine itself. It comes with one mag, right? And as you can see, it resembles something very specific, which a lot of you might already know is an actual Glock style magazine, right? From the height and the shape of it, it's pretty much close to a 1-to-1 mag if you're comparing it with the actual original. Now, what is the difference between this mag and a Glock mag, or even a Wii mag, right? I would say a TM mag, but they're hard to come by, right? So let me put this is the AAP-01 mag right here, and then we have an actual Wii mag and an actual Glock mag. Now what's the difference? The shape is the same, but the height, right, and the shape of it is pretty much the same, other than some little minor things, like the window that holds on to the magazine wall, and the magazine wall is a lot smaller in the original Glock than the actual AAP-01 or the Wii mag, right? There's one little thing that will make a lot of difference, both performance, right, on the AAP-01. It is the actual rubber window that's on the top of the actual magazines themselves. So let's compare them. To look at the original one, the actual original AAP-01 window, let me see if I can get a good close-up to it. The actual window itself is flat, but with some little minor indentations or higher indentations on the side, sort of like a little wall, to actually be able to get a good full seal, right? As well as the actual rubber itself is actually a lot higher. Let me see if I can get a good angle of this. It's a lot higher, right? It's pushing, it'll push up against the actual nozzle window a lot better, making a much better seal. So that's the AAP-01 magazine. Let's look at the Wii magazine. This is a little bit more of a beat up Wii magazine, but still doesn't change it, right? If you see, the actual difference between it is not that much, other than two things. It doesn't have the actual walls on the side, on the top, to actually create that full seal when it's pushing up, and not only that, but the actual Wii rubber is actually lower, so it might not be able to even fully seal with enough force, right? Which is something that I noticed when I started using these magazines with my first AAP-01, was that sometimes it might not create a full seal. So that's the Wii mag. Now the Glock mag, right? You would think it would do a lot better, but in reality, not exactly. Again, the rubbers are totally different, and the Glock mag is by far the most different one. That is because if you look at it, the actual rubber seal for the magazine is curved. Yes, it does have more of a curve that pushes up against the nozzle, right? But the problem with that is that the actual nozzle window for the AAP-01, which I'll show you in a bit, is a lot different. It's flat. It's actually flat, straight. So having this curved area into it actually diminishes your performance and FPS by a lot. And we'll see that once we test the magazines in a bit. So like I was saying previously, if you see, right, you notice the differences in the actual magazines. All of them actually fit in the gun, right? The actual original one fits. The Wii one fits very well, no issues. The actual Glock magazine fits, no issues. A little bit of more wobble with the Glock magazine, obviously because I don't have the upper, but the big thing, like I said, is the actual window itself. If you look at the actual AAP-01 nozzle window, right, it's completely flat with a little bit of an indentation on the edges for that good fit, just as the same as obviously the actual mag itself. And that's where the actual Wii runs into issues, because when it's pushing up against it, it doesn't fully push because it doesn't have those side walls that are actually protruding a lot higher up against it. So that's primarily the reason why. And you'll see once we test all these 3 magazines with this new AAP-01 as to how well it performs. So we have a chrono, the AAP-01 with a full gas mag in it and 0.2 BBs. We're going to see how well it does when it comes to just using the regular mags. It's 380, 380, 370. That's pretty loud. 374, 371, 348. Okay, so that's pretty much for the actual AAP-01 magazine, brand spanking new from the actual box. Let me see. Let's look at the chronos. So it started off pretty hard, 380, and it went down to, by the 13th shot, to 335. That's not bad, to be honest, for an actual new gun, green gas, right, in it. So it does pretty well. Let's check the other magazine. We'll check the WeMag and then we'll check the Glock mag and see how well it performs. Okay, now we're gonna test with the actual Glock mag and see how well it does. 317, 328, 35, 30. Okay, that was the Glock mag. I can smell a little bit of green gas as if it's releasing a lot more than usual. But as you can see, the actual first few shots, it's not as good when it comes into performance. Let me see if I can get a nice good close-up of this. The actual performance of it is not that great. It started off at 317. And then it kind of adjusted itself and was at 330. So that was the actual Glock magazine itself. You lose a lot of performance on it, actually. Let's check the WeMag, and then we should be done with the actual mags. And we'll try one more, which would be a actual AAP-01 mag, but HPA tapped. Okay, so I have the actual WeMag in here, and we're going to test it against same BBs, same everything, same gas. The only difference is the magazine itself. So let's see how well it does. 369, 264, 61, 63. This gun is pretty loud. 333, 330, 341, and 344. Okay, so as you can see, if we check all the shots, the first shot itself was 369, and the last one was 344, the lowest one being 330. So by the looks of it, average of 351. That's not bad, to be honest, for a WeMag. We noticed a much better performance from the actual AAP-01 magazine. That's obvious from the actual fact that it's made for the gun itself. So that's it for at least for this. Let's try out the next one, which is the actual HPA tap. Okay, so I have the HPA tap ready. So I have an actual AAP-01 mag with a primary airsoft Glock actual attachment or for the HPA tap, and I've set the HPA at 80 psi, right? You don't want to go more than that usually, because especially with the new gun like this that is not exactly made for it, only because of the fact that it could have it could blow out the nozzle, it could have issues, stuff like that. But we're just doing this for the funs and giggles, and then after that we'll try out a full auto so you can see how well it shoots with a reliable source of gas, right? So let's take a look and see how well it performs. Same thing, everything. The only difference is that it's HPA tapped magazine is an actual original AAP-01. So 323, 339. There you go. I actually did twice as much more shots as twice as much amount of shots fired than the actual other gas mags. And as you can see with an actual HPA tapped, right? I messed it up. Let me see. Okay, at 0.2, right? The actual first shot was a little bit of a hiccup. It was at 339. And then it stabilized down to about 335 with an average of 336. So obviously being HPA tap, it stays on a pretty a reliable and steady, FPS. Obviously, that's the advantages of HPA tapping this gun. Now, would I recommend HPA tapping the actual AAP-01, right? And just stock? No, that's but I'll be releasing other videos doing upgrades on it if you ever want to be able to run it like that. But that was HPA tap. Now to do something fun, let's actually put a full mag and just full auto it. So we have the HPA tap, full mag. Let's see how well it does. Now we're doing HPA tap, but cool thing here is that if you really want to see how well this performs under so much stress, I know that US Airsoft did make a video just completely destroying one of these, and you'll be able to see and have fun and see how many BBs can really go on a fully stocked just AAP-01. But for the meantime, let's see how well it performs like this. So full auto. You can still keep going. But yeah. So you already saw that. That was the actual HP tapped AAP-01, and didn't smell burnt, nothing like that. Not bad, right? So there you have it, everybody. That's been the AAP-01. Let me know what you guys think about this pistol. It's going for about $99 before taxes in the United States. I think, in my opinion, that this pistol is something that could be good use for those people that are barely coming into the airsoft world, as well as for those people that like to tech and tinker with their pistols. It's something good for them. And if you don't want to join the Hi-CAPA and Glock fandom like most other people do, this is an alternative for that. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe to be able to see videos like these. And for those people that are really interested, I will be releasing videos on upgrading this AAP-01 that I just purchased. This has been Crow Shadow, and until next time. The muscle on my fucking shoulder. It's fucking